Stop defaming! Stop defaming!
Catherine de Mazo, Chicago, Janashu is a jump to Minnesota, and it up to me, Shibian Hostel, consumption which changes. And Yevichala, Chilo was temperature which are the needs of the Jawi of the Tony, and if Javalu to the Jawi of the Tony, and it needs to be changed to change. DVD, Chino was temperature which are the 10 years at the Mevasweta, Yavu which is Winter City, Janashu, the city dealer, touching the Mogo Cheveton, Hamama, don't do you? And those ones are Tandaboto, Zabuling is such a Kawa Kasana, Haneshinki, and Himalaya, the Kawa Kasa, Yavu which and it's in a single chair to somewhat of the chicken that is the continuity so much about Mutune, Karachuna, Toshu, bed in our Mutune, Kaba Jago, the Mutune, in Israel.
Good morning, everybody. This is Lama from the Defaming Foundation of Minnesota. We're here in Chicago, Illinois. We have over 300 Tibetans from Minnesota, and right now about 100 people from Wisconsin just arrived, and over 100 people from Chicago. We have approximately 500 people today. We're gathered here because we are all condemning how the Chinese government has been speaking in the media to vilify the Dalai Lama. And so we all stand with the Dalai Lama. We know that he has a pure heart, there's no bad intentions, and the media has portrayed him as someone not good, and the public has been misinformed about the situation. And there has been many videos and articles now about the actual events and what really happened. So the public request that you investigate what really happened, so that you're not misinformed about the reality. And the reality is that inside Tibet, still a lot of bad things happening. The Chinese government has been controlling Tibet for decades and decades, and there's oppression still happening. Our people are still being repressed. They don't have freedom. They don't have freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly. Even the picture of the Dalai Lama is banned. Just recently, because of this incident, the Chinese government actually allowed this news to show up in the Chinese social media Weibo. And so what happened is that the Tibetan people inside Tibet, they actually got a glimpse of the Dalai Lama. They were very happy to see him. And so the people inside Tibet know the reality, the truth, that there's no bad intentions from the Dalai Lama. And we ask that the public also stand with us, support the Dalai Lama. We know that the Dalai Lama's lifelong work for humanity is strong and will continue. So thank you for watching and supporting. Thank you.
Organized effort to defame the Dalai Lama, and it has been demonstrated that this has been done via a doctored video that's been pushed out online that insinuates that His Holiness the Dalai Lama is a bad actor, and it couldn't be farther from the truth. Many people are coming forward right now to express their full support and faith in His Holiness Dalai Lama. He's an icon of peace. He's a Nobel Peace Laureate. He's the master of Tibetan Buddhism, widely revered. And lots of people have been hurt and wish to express their full support for this man who has done nothing but promote peace and unity in the world. So that's why my family came, and we will always stand with the Dalai Lama, and be proud to do so.
Thank you.
어디 전부 나야 디 뒤따도 무슨 경기 준비 랑게 와라 아주 재미 10일 랑 바시기 도하냐 다른데 가서래 아무튼 나 뭐니 계속 레스 쳐줘 쇼에 이 의견을 주는 제 CCP! What cannot be fooled? CCP! What cannot be fooled? CCP! What cannot be fooled? CCP! Long live! Long live! We stand with! We stand with! World is with! World is with! Stop defaming! Stop defaming! Stop defaming! Stop instigating the media! CCP! Stop instigating the media! CCP! Stop instigating the media! World cannot be fooled! World cannot be fooled! World cannot be fooled! Long live! Long live! Long live! We stand with! We stand with! We stand with! World is with! World is with! Stop defaming! Stop defaming! Stop defaming!
Stop defaming! Stop defaming! Stop defaming! Stop defaming! Sham sham! CCP! 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 Stop defaming! Stop defaming! Sham sham! CCP! Sham sham! CCP! Stop defaming! Sham sham! CCP! Sham sham! CCP! Stop defaming! Stop defaming! Sham sham! CCP! Sham sham! CCP! Long live! Long live! Long live! Sham sham! CCP! 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 Stop defaming!
Dalai Lama!
Stop
against the Dalai Lama. All these accusations, what the Chinese government has done so far these past few weeks, the public has been misinformed. And we need to tell the public this message. We have prepared press releases within the 3 Tibetan organizations, Minnesota, Chicago, and Madison, Wisconsin. They're available in English, and we hope that the media will come here and seek out the truth. There are posters out there with the QR code. It has a very, very important video with the explanation of the truth. Please make sure that passerbys are seeing this and checking the QR code. We need to stop the misinformation against the Dalai Lama. We need to stop the Chinese Communist government from instigating the media. That is our message today. So please keep this rally very peaceful. Okay, we are here on a peaceful rally to get one message across. Thank you for coming and supporting today, everybody. Thank you.
and the best for 3 times parshara and this on the Tangmala in the Tavadi Tujicha the Marazuki Lengere, Pemiji in the Chane, Kande Kange di Manzi Mizenala, 10 Meraki Kange Jigredi, Kongsacho guitar stage on this very Pemiji Mare, Zambulengi, Kange Sedabla, and Chalen Nama Della, Yamigi and Kalota Minge Tan at Mijagi the Semoten and it's Zambuling la Gogo Yogi Tashi Chidera. That thing was the Zambuling la Singaraza Munerang, my Sesha Chiguurda, Ding on the Lengera, Zambuling la Yamigi, Pebachibu number Zambuling Lumba Mambuja took the down there. So that during the day of Sama to the I would like to thank everybody who came here to participate on this very special occasion to protest against the Chinese. They have been manipulating the world for over 40 years and now it's getting out of control. They have tried to blame and misinterpret his intention, His Holiness, showing love to the world, and they try to interpret it in a very, very negative, offensive way. So we, people of this world, should not stand against this kind of manipulation. So we have gathered here to demonstrate to the Chinese. We are right now standing in front of the Chinese consulate. Our message is very, very clear. We will not stand handfolded. We will oblige every time when you try to suppress Tibetan Uyghurs, Hong Kongers. People of this world would not be manipulated. You can fool some people sometimes. You cannot fool everybody all the time. And hello. Next thing I think Sunny Wisconsin medicine and also that's it here. Sorry, answer the Somedi 대당 예수 교우 지금 로봉치네 미마상만 도시네 좀이래 나다디 사실 이만 숨스나올라 타오저로 초벌숨 기파 타오저체 믹세기나다 미네소라 지디 초버 다 단다 시카고 지디 초버라 인가고 도지체 프랑스기다 이제제 이게 정말 프랑스 이때스로 아니 다리 대패디 시보예요 말에 알아서게 세벨라마 공사치오라
식주부 감주 엔데 계좌 독자 allegation 엔데 속으로 저기 다 도박한 게 민두스 근데 미말한 게 랑네 두스네 아주 될 레교를 와 이런 식으로요 말에 다리 꼬지 아주 쓰는 시험보다 내 되게 다 갈라오래 파수 지가 데스칼레 연구를 와 얘가 파시야 다리 안수 슉 겹네 다리 안수 될라 야 랑네 와 주스 시험보다 무트네 인다 와 나중에 강의 됐어요. 야마 내가 다 보고도 디스 개열어라. 다 디솔다 칼로라. 아주 컴페어 최고라요 말이. 아니 점링 미마 나중에 기저디 알아서기 닝동 쉐 들어와. 내가 홍사초기 탑신에 아주 두신에 들래 그래. 아니 뭐더네 겹주 나와나 와. 아니 동사 지지 체에 딱게 좀 그래. 내가 자꾸다 이제 집어로 두신에 돼요 말이. 뭐더네 딱 말이 싫어. 독서 직지치네 에로나 선에가 화이네 얘당 교우라서 애들도 집벌래 말해 영도 언서라 독서 직지친 내디 뺏겨준 거래 나 공사초가 단다 공로다 계시겠지 누스페어래 하나 공기 미세 강사 꼴래 누시네 또 한석이 캐리온 치고래 그런기 라이프롱 칼로래 공연에 왔을 때 책 넘기면 들어와. 이제 그런 공기에다 꿀레기에 미세 강사 도시에 비해서 나 하는 속에 컴플리케이트 취해서 이제 시작으로 공사적이 빼대 한석이 키고 있다. 아니 굳이 왜 되는 나로 나 다리 떼스 미국 해내래 와 다리 한수 넘겨래 야지 요해지기 레와지 나배 넘어래 나 연예기 한수 칼로래 컴플리케이트 취해서 이제 멍부지 배 치기라 한다 고수기 목자디 한수기 약불을 차기도 이제 내당 멍부지 그랬으라 배 나올라 공사초 제라 미 멍부지 미쳐 땅 이래시네 누가는 야가 차야 이제 내당 차샤 또 한수 잘 남도래 그랬다 다시 내당데 버스 마라 강기 일체 이제 지도는 한번도 한수 내기 야구지 배정로 당신만 용도도 아니 버스 마라나 벤 쇼가서 jansu dersin bas ni stoji rasta ani kuch bhejne naro narwa tari chibo mare ma suju sone kha jodo onwa dosa chije chinde pe khechu puresha ra susu lamjo tawa khari ina ra keba yongare pededa ansu pegi mimada de rungi ringshu sungya cheda dizola samso gyachhu batang nerwa 하드나 도사직지 제대 뺏겨준 거래샤 아니 니 다리기 내당 교우들랑 쓰게 칼로래 김대 약보시 제 파존에 탄데 뭐든지 차서고 용야 이래봐요 장만을 자실래 아니 도지체
Wisconsin study originated from Congo. That's Dojila Tuchena. Ishugo tela Narasu Minnesota laya Deshu Nangi Pede Lidiwa Jingme Ugelaria Galaxy Kashichi Sorochi Shoki. Next, I would like to request Japan activist Mr. Jingme Ugela to speak few words.
Permiso Longsho Sabakyogido 롱랑이도 같이 걸다. 인지나 실잖아. This is not a protest. This is not a protest. This is an uprising of Tibetans across the world fighting for justice and truth. This is not a protest. This is the voice of truth. His Holiness the Dalai Lama of Tibet. He turns 88 years in 3 months. 88 years. For 88 years, he's shown the world about peace, harmony, and compassion. For almost 88 years, he has preached and practiced compassion. And today, because of a 20-second edited clip, they are judging him. Some people even want to cancel him. But I tell them, it's useless pointing a torch or a flashlight at the sun. His Holiness is a big beacon of truth. I want to talk a couple of things through the event in Dharamsala, and then I want to talk about these people back here. A lot of people across the world just went out and tweeted something or reposted something and went back to doing their own things, going back to their own life. They don't understand the impact they have made. They don't understand what it does to our people, our history, our culture, our identity. What it does to a marginalized group of people who's fighting an oppressed government, who's fighting for their identity, for their language, for their culture. But it was just a tweet or a repost. So this is not a protest. This is an uprising to tell this world that we have our cultures, we have a history. If you do not understand it, do not force your culture on us. This is not a protest. It is an uprising for truth. It is an uprising for the people in Tibet who've been suffering for 64 years and nobody talked about it. It is an uprising for every Tibetan on this planet who believes and who knows and who understands His Holiness the Dalai Lama. We tell the world, nobody knows the Dalai Lama like us. But where was the media? Did they come talk to us? Did they come and clarify? Did they ask for our sources? They ran with clickbait titles. They ran with sensationalized footage so that they could get a couple of ratings. Life goes on for them. That's why this is not a protest. This is an uprising. It is an uprising to let the world know that we are not just victims, but we are survivors. They do not understand the Tibetan resilience. They do not understand our love, our loyalty, and our faith for His Holiness the Dalai Lama. The world saw that in 1959, when these people came for His Holiness, we stood our ground. Today, we will once again show them that if they come for His Holiness, they will have to go through each and every one of us. And this is not a protest. This is a freaking uprising. His Holiness the Dalai Lama. This humanity should be lucky. Human beings in this planet, in this world should be lucky that you are still, that we are all sharing the same era as such a noble leader. A leader that needs no justification. A leader that does not need to apologize, but he apologized because he knew that he hurt some people. He didn't apologize for the action because it was pure, it was warm, it was filled with love. A lot of us saw the clip of the little Indian boy getting blessing from His Holiness. All of us believe that this boy was lucky. All of us believe that this boy had done good in his previous life, that he was receiving such blessing. But that's not how the world saw it. Because how people project is what they have seen. And we, as Tibetans, we know there is sexual abuse. in religious institutes. There is sexual abuse and child abuse by powerful people. But His Holiness the Dalai Lama, interaction with this child, a grandfatherly love, a cultural, jovial prank, should not be compared to that. That's why when people talk about our culture, when people talk about our history, they erase everything that's us. And for 64 years, we've been telling the world that we are here.
Let me get the blue one.
That we are 168 of our brethren, our siblings in Tibet, have self-immolated for Tibet's freedom. We are telling the world that 1 million of our children are being forced out of their homes and put into re-education camps. We've been telling the world, but they decide to write and talk about what they think our history should be, what they think that our narrative should be. That's why this is an uprising to tell the world that the Tibetans are not victims. We are survivors, and we will tell the world what the truth is. I can sit here and go for hours about what His Holiness has done for humanity. We could all count on it, but these people there don't seem to realize it. They don't seem to remember. They don't seem to understand the gravity of the situation when you have a totalitarian government who is moving a cyber warfare, and there are people who are just pawns in their hands. This government has spent billions of dollars putting in bots, putting in trolls, paying the media to be their mouthpieces. Today they are cashing out their checks. As Tibetans, all of you here, I would like to make a request. A simple request. Please indulge with me. I want you all to close your eyes for a second. Everybody, please. Please close your eyes for a second. Kamachik. Now visualize with me. What is the first image of His Holiness the Dalai Lama that comes to your mind?
Love and compassion.
Please close your eyes and think about it. Take a moment to meditate.
With a smile, with a love, with compassion.
Today, there are people in this world who are attacking that. That you are seeing in your eyes, in your mind, that is being attacked. And this is not a simple attack. This is deep. It goes very deep. That's why we need this uprising. That's why we need Tibetans across the world to speak out in a peaceful manner about our history and our truth. I actually, we've talked about this, but it's important to mention that His Holiness the Dalai Lama's photo, he's praying to him, even mentioning his name, or even to a degree sending donation to His Holiness for prayers, was banned in Tibet. That would put a Tibetan to almost 10 years in prison. Recently, a week ago, for the first time in the history of this country, His Holiness the Dalai Lama was trending on their social media. For the first time in 64 years, the pictures of His Holiness were trending in China and in occupied Tibet. These were photos of the manipulated and edited photos. And a lot of us, we believe that we got messages from people inside Tibet who for the first time in 64 years were able to grace His Holiness's photo without retaliation. For the first time, they are happy. They are filled with joy. This
government was sending out photos so that Tibetans would stop supporting His Holiness, but they do not know that we will never do that. No Tibetan worth its salt in this planet would ever condone His Holiness. What they did has been backfiring. It has been backfiring because, in a way, I want to say thank you for sending out the photos. Thank you for letting our 6 million sisters, brothers, and our siblings in Tibet to finally see the picture of His Holiness. Thank you for your stupidity. Thank you for always pushing on things that don't matter. Yet, at the same time, this planet is filled with people who live in the moment, who live for 2 minutes or 5 minutes. And for them, as Tibetans, what we need to do is forgive them. Forgive them, but never forget. Never forget who they are. Never forget the friends we have. Never forget who's coming to stand with you. Never forget which faces you do not see. From all those people who have been benefiting from His Holiness for all these years, shame on them. Shame on them for not standing, not being here, for standing in the back and giving their weak support. That's why today I'm not coming here to thank any one of you, but I want to encourage everyone that this is a start. This is not the end, this is a start. We started our rising from the streets of Lhasa, and we haven't stopped. And we will continue. We will continue because we have a commitment. We cannot fail His Holiness anymore. We have a commitment to bring Him back to the Potala Palace. We have a commitment to reunite Him with the Tibetans in Tibet. We have a commitment that the world would start understanding and justifying our truth. That's why when I say this is not a protest, you say this is an uprising. This is not a protest. This is a uprising. This is not a protest. This is a uprising. This is not a protest. This is a uprising. Wangalo. 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 Let them hear. Let them hear. Let them hear. Let Beijing know. Let those Xi Jinping know that we are here today. Let it be loud. Let it be clear that we will not back down. And let this entire world know that this uprising will not stop. Finally, to the media. It is very difficult to understand how they function. They have their ratings. It's important, they need their sponsors. But what about their journalism ethics? What about their conscience? What about truth? That's why I believe a call for action that every Tibetan who is here writes to editors, writes to newspapers and televisions about our truth. Share your story. Share what His Holiness means to you. Share what it means to call out His Holiness. And we will keep doing that till they recognize us, till they see us. That's why I encourage you for a call for action. Kuchi injimiti narona, sapaha kunjala hirona, kunjala kabartane, dewanarona, kejimuyare, kunjala na chom mugiyare, kunjala chom ni sponsor cheshu dijure, kine kunjala chom ni kaya, kunjala gebyu chingi susu yare. We attack their sponsors. We fight on that. Last but not least, to the world that is watching, I encourage you to go and watch the entire clip. We have been saying that over and over and over. Watch the entire clip. Watch the clip and then watch where the mother and the son talks about how this was one of the most beautiful experiences. how the boy talks about this was going to be life-changing for him. When these clips came out, the media did not report about it. When these clips came out, the media suddenly went silent. That's why we need to show them on their faces or in their channels that there is a group they are hiding. Remito, long show. Remito, long show. Remito, long show.